They set sail obeying orders and ended up behind bars in Russia. 22 Ukrainian soldiers and 2 members of the country's security services. They were captured by the Russian Navy, which opened fire on their 3 boats here in the Kerch Strait 9 months ago. Russia says they illegally entered its waters near the Crimean Peninsula, seized by Russia from Ukraine in 2014.
Let me draw your attention to the fact that they trespassed in Russian territorial waters, which were Russian even before Crimea joined the Russian Federation. That is, in the place where Russian territorial waters have always been.
The Kerch Strait gives the only access to Ukrainian ports in the Sea of Azov. But it's now largely under Russian control, and tensions in the region are high. In July, this Russian tanker was seized by the Ukrainians, who said it had been involved in the capture of their sailors. The Russian crew were later released. President Putin had been pressured by the European Union and the United States to release the sailors. An international tribunal had also ordered Russia to immediately release the men and their ships, but the Kremlin refused. Several of the men were reportedly moved from labor camps in different parts of Russia to a single jail in Moscow, ahead of their exchange with Russians being held in Ukrainian prisons. Russia seized control of Crimea 5 years ago after sending in troops. It's also still backing separatists in a war with Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine. More than 10,000 people have been killed since the fighting began 5 years ago. Ukraine's new president, Volodymyr Zelensky, says he wants to revive peace negotiations with Russia. He's been courting European leaders recently. Putin and Zelensky have already spoken by phone. The prisoner exchange could be an important tentative step towards further dialogue. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera.